5 minutes, you reckon, motherfuckers. Alright, this is how you write a poem, ready? Post-historic channel, 28th to the 10th, 23. If only I knew how dinosaurs slept. Beneath the channels are divided so long, so the dark, so empty. They had not thought of heaven then. The skyscraper highs like the withered skin of fruit, once glistening with life, fallen from the top branches of the tree, sinking into the soil, has left nothing but the forgotten, distant beans, pulp of compost, memory. Their fierce breath, the once tore flesh of the shrapnel bombs rust their flesh, now too sunk beneath the soil. They have flashed across the fragile crust of our perennial home, a climate change. The something, monolithic shards of ice, their bayonet peaks glistening in the sun, dulled with the mercilessness of time, until only liquid remains rose from the dishes of their graves, like desperate arms from the dishes of their graves, the dinosaur graves. If only I knew, if only would see the graves, perhaps we could. If only my eyes could submerge like our torpedo submarines beneath the channels of the climate change had formed into the deep dark chasm of the dinosaur of forgotten ancestors, strength, our Tyrannosaurus fathers before perhaps we, something the children of the revolution devour ourselves. Post-historic channels, 30th to the 10th, 23. As another day is determined by the flickering electric light, I think if only they knew how dinosaurs slept beneath the channels dividing them, that stony sleep awakened not by time or will or a great revelation of something sent from the sky. How their skyscraping hides as hard as tank armor that seemed to march full to such uncertainty, destiny, as Sisyphus' cannibal at end of day, or the great British Empire who had no end, to whom end of day was poetic but not true, have withered like the leather fruit that one would find without great delight at the base of their lunchbox and sunk into the beneath the forgotten something waves of memory. These beast brackets, we call them brackets, whose once fierce breath tore flesh as the shrapnel bombs of us tore flesh, whose monolithic spines were tank traps watched and picked apart by gliders and unseen enemies, who used the clouds as cover, but now the accompaniment of young boys' playtime, a cheap plastic toy, one day thrown into the box beneath the bed until clean out day at adulthood. If only their eyes could have submerged like torpedo submarines to see the strength in the long bone structures of our tyrannous fathers, and that we are the children of the revolution, and the resemblance in us landed with thee. It was all over with the bowl of fire, plummeted the stench of death self towards earth, the fragile crust. These were the documentary's last words. It took 1,000,000 years until the new in my cell in this underground only one. I come to the conclusion I should have written this on plastic, then it may have lasted till the next and new. Post-historic breaking the muse, new title, 4th to 11th, 23. As another day is determined by the flickering electric lights determine day as my red eyes glaze over. Another prehistoric Netflix repeat, I think if only we had known our dinosaurs slept. That, stony sleep, awoken, not by time or will or the trumpet drone. How their skyscraper hides as hard as tank armor, marching with such certainty as Sisyphus, old Apollo in evening, no to end of day, or great British Empire to whom end of day was poetic, not true, withered, now like leather fruit found in something, the bottom of an old lunchbox, a memory I've kept unwillingly. Those beastly kings, these beastly, we called them, brackets, we called them, those fierce beasts, whose tore flesh, like as the shrapnel bombs of us tore flesh, whose monolithic spines made tank traps, whose wings tricked thee, defences, silent cloak of death upon unseen enemies, wrapped its wings around unseen enemies, dropped from. But now the accompaniment of young boys' playtime, when electric light dims to orange and school bells ring. If only I submerged the quiet dark, like torpedo submarines to quiet dark, the explosive flash illuminating long bone structures of Tyrannosaurus fathers so similar. Forefathers, a mirror tone of the children of the revolution. No title. My stony, my stony sleep is cruel, not woken by time or will of trumpet drones. Something crossed out. The cock's crow taken by a flickering electric light. Buzzing and groaning in time is dark. I think crossed out. It is truth that this is life, was life, will be life. Yet as I eat meal 1 of 3 and I'm told the news of today, a yellow photograph of memory finds, paints my eyes. Dinosaurs with skyscraping hides, hard as tank armor, marching with such uncertainty as empires. A dinosaur with skyscraping hide, whose end fierce breath tore flesh tearing, tear flesh like shrapnel tore flesh, whose wings shouted. A silent cloak of death upon enemies, a silent cloak of death sent friends into the darkness and followers into the darkness. There is nothing to tell of this vexing nightmare. If there were anyone at all, the doctors, nurses, teachers, professors conjured to in this when the electric eye fallacy fades from yellow to orange tonight are only something in my mind. They are fading from there, they're fading too. Post-history, breaking the news, 10th, 11th, 23. My stony sleep is not broken by time or will or trumpet drone. The cock's crow is a flickering electric light, buzzing and droning in timeless dark. It is true that this is life, was life, will be life. Yet, as I clean the plastic plate of meal 1 of 3 and hear the news of tomorrow, a flash from the bulb vexes to nightmare, a dark memory, a metal beast with skyscraping hide and legs like giant electrical towers, whose eyes glow nuclear yellow, whose hands, dysmorphic hands like tiny TV screens commanding billion-strong armies to destruction, who looks a lot like Margaret Thatcher. If only there were others, but it was quickly disappeared to tell of it. But then the memory passes for now, and I wonder, the memory passes, and I wonder, then just this hidden page, perhaps the weight of this weight would not fall so heavily on my inward eye, perhaps I think as the electric light falls, silence signals my time to climb into the steel bunk, make my body. If I could only hear the fears of others, if their ears return towards mine, perhaps that nightmares will all sound similar. Post-history, breaking the news, 12th to 11th, 23. My stony sleep is not broken by time or will or trumpet drone. The cock's crow is a flickering electric light, buzzing and groaning in timeless dark. It is true that this is life, was life, will be life. Yet, as I clean the plastic plate of meal 1 of 3 and hear the news of tomorrow, a flash from the bulb vexes to nightmare, a dark memory. A metal beast with skyscraping hide and legs like giant electrical towers, whose eyes glow nuclear yellow, whose dysmorphic hands like tiny TV screens command billion-strong armies to destruction, who looks a lot like well above him, and then the memory passes, and I wonder if only there were others to tell of it than just this hidden page. Perhaps its weight would not fall so heavily on my inward eye. I think as the electric light falls to silence and signals the time to climb my goosebumped body into the steel bunk, if I could only hear the fears of others, and if their ears were only turned to mine, perhaps our nightmares would all sound similar, and our dreams be reflections of a forgotten dawn.